After having another external hard drive give out on me earlier this week and completely stop working, I thought now was the perfect time to talk about how to back up your photos, because I know a lot of you guys, and probably most of you guys, unfortunately, don't have a backup of your photos. The backup hasn't been updated in a long time, or you just simply don't even know where to begin when it comes to backing up your photos. So in today's video, I want to talk about how a professional would back up their photos and how you definitely should too, because you will lose your photos if you are not backing them up. So let's first just talk about the different types of ways that you could possibly back up your photos, and then I'll get into kind of what I think is the best way and why. Now, there's a lot of different ways to back up your photos. In my opinion, though, I think having the hard copies of, external drives and things like that are going to be much better than your cloud-based solutions, but we'll touch on cloud-based solutions because some of you guys might want to go that route. Now, cloud-based solution is going to be backing up your photos to a online catalog or online database somewhere. Typically, this would look like Dropbox, Google Drive, or any of those similar platforms. Now, when you put that online, those companies are basically making money because they have huge data centers somewhere. So you are uploading your photos through the internet, and then they are downloading them onto their data centers and holding them remotely somewhere. So that may be one of the most secure ways to do it. However, it is very difficult to continue to update and back up that way because, as far as I'm aware, there's not an easy way to update your files. You have to just completely delete and re-add every single time. And I'll show you on your computer how you can update your files using your drives a little bit later in this video. Now, additionally, the other downside to the cloud-based solution is that it costs money every month. And while, your services like Google Drive or Dropbox might only be, $10 or $15 a month, this is going to add up. If you plan on being a photographer for a long time, and even if you don't plan on being a photographer for a long time, you're going to want to keep those photos backed up for the lifespan of your life, which is a lot of money. So I like to have these hard drives. I've got a few different options here, which I'm going to be showing you later in this video, because I can buy them once and then I can store them myself, and then I don't have to keep paying that monthly fee. So let's get in and talk about the different kinds of drives that you can use to back up your photos, and then talk about what I think is possibly the best way. Typically, how most people are probably backing things up is using something like this, which is an external hard drive. This is an external hard drive, but you could use something like a solid state drive. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, but a little bit faster. But we're not going to touch too much on that in today's video. The benefit of these, they come in a lot of different sizes. I've seen ones as big as like 8 terabytes, but typically like 2 terabytes or 4 terabytes is going to be a more common size. And you can get these, Amazon. I'll link a couple of my favorites down below that you can pick up. And these you can just plug into your computer. Now, hopefully you're using one of these to edit your photos on already. But you can also use one of these to back up. So, like I edit my photos on this drive here, and then I would back up to this drive here. So plug them both into the same time and then use this software that I'm going to show you a little bit later in today's video. Now, these are great, and ideally you have multiple of these if you are going to go this route. We'll talk about that in just a second. Now, your other option, and I just picked up one of these in the last couple weeks on Black Friday. It was on sale, not sponsored at all. This is made by Western Digital, but I think there's plenty of other brands that make really good ones as well. So I would just find one that has good reviews and then pick that up. But this is a desktop kind of storage solution. Now, the benefit to this is that this comes with 2 drives inside. So I got the 16 terabyte version, so there's 2 8 terabyte drives on the inside. Now, the benefit of doing that is that I can set this up to what is called a RAID system. Now, a RAID system is going to be really the best thing you can have for backing up your photos, because the way that it works is those 2 drives that are in there, my photos are, when they're written to the drive, they're going to be written to both of those drives, and both of those drives are going to create copies of themselves. The benefit of this is that when one drive fails, you can simply pop that drive out, put a new drive in, and continue backing up without any photo loss. Whereas something like this, when the drive fails, your photos are completely gone. You're totally screwed, basically. You can send it in, spend a lot of money, and try and salvage your photos, but you are totally done. So the system like this is nice because all you have to do is replace the drive and you'll have no photo loss ever. So that gets into what is the best way to back up your photos. You've got all these options. Can you just get one? What should you do? In an ideal world, you have multiple options. I think the best way, in my opinion, is to have a couple of these and then to have that RAID system like I just showed. Now, the reason why you want a couple, I totally understand a lot of you guys listening are like, come on, I don't want to spend $1,000 here on backing up my photos, but there is a reason why you want a couple. So the RAID system, I'll update my photos like every couple days. Like, I'll go through edit photos and I'll update it and I'll keep backing up. And I do that because then I always have a backup. So if at any point in time my stuff fails, I have that. Now, these little drives here, I will go through and I have one that I back up every month and one that I back up every 6 months, with the benefit being that if I ever found, if I was editing photos and I said, shoot, what happened to that one photo? And I realized, oh man, I deleted it 4 months ago. My every month backup and my RAID system, it's already going to be overwritten. That file is going to be gone, but I can pull out my 6 month ago drive and I can pull it off of that. So that, for redundancy, that is really the best way to do it. If you're only going to do one of these options, get the RAID system. It'll be just fine for you. Back it up once a month or once every couple weeks or so. But if you're going to go with multiple options, it is nice to have something like this that's portable. And then you've got the RAID system as well. Now, additionally, that RAID system is going to sit on your desk. It's not really portable. These are nice because they are portable. So in a perfect world, I think you back up to one of these and then you keep it off site, away from your home. Imagine you have a fire that burns through your home. All of your drives get burned up. All your photos are gone. If you have one of these somewhere else at, your family's house, a friend's house, wherever it may be, then you also have that. So if you want the ultimate security, it's nice to have a drive that sits somewhere else away from the home. But I think for most people watching this, we're photographers, we love our photos, but it's not like something where we want to spend hours and hours and hours figuring out our backups. So for that reason, probably just leaving everything in your house is fine. But if you want the ultimate, most possible, secure way to do it, have a couple of these, back them up at different intervals, store one away, and then also use that RAID system as well. Now, I want to get into, when you're backing up the drive, how you do that, because a lot of people might have some questions when it comes to that. So let's jump right in there on my computer here, and I'm going to show you this application that you can use. It is free. It's open source, which is fantastic. So download this. It's called FreeFileSync. I'll throw a link down below. Not sponsored at all, but I've been using this thing for years, like literally years, 5 or 6 years. And I really, really like it. Super, super easy to use. So when you load in, it's going to be kind of blank screen. You're going to go in and hit browse here and select the drive. So I want to select my main drive here. It's just called Austin Jackson Drive. This is what has all of my photos here within Lightroom. I'm going to select that, make sure it's on the left side. I'm just going to hit open. Then I'm going to go to the right side. This is going to be the folder that I'm going to copy everything to. And I just have my RAID system selected here. So I can, again, just hit open. Now, what you need to do here is adjust the settings, because there's a few, by default, I should say that. So now before we jump in and sync this all up, we want to adjust a couple settings. By default, I believe this is set to two-way, which means that it is going to match the two drives, meaning that it may take things off your left drive to match the right. You do not want that. Super important that you adjust this setting. You can either do mirror or update. I like to do mirror because I sync multiple drives, but update would be fine if you just have one drive. What mirror does is it essentially creates a mirror backup of the left folder by adapting the right folder to match. That's exactly what we want, because we want my RAID system here, or if I was using an external drive or anything like that, we want that to match what's on the left, and we just want to mirror. The benefit of this is that it is only going to update the files that need to be updated. I have 2 or 3 terabytes worth of files in my left side drive here. But since I've last updated this 2 days ago, I've only played with a few files. There will be a lot of preview files that need to be updated, but in terms of main files in the Lightroom catalog itself, I don't need absolutely everything updated. You're going to go up to compare file time and size. Now, depending on your computer and how much is in your drives, this may take a little bit of time. For me, it usually only takes 20 seconds or less. Now you're going to see all of these weird things on the screen. You're like, what are all these random files? These are all preview files that Lightroom automatically creates. You don't need to worry about the names or anything like that. They're all very, 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 very small files, but every one of them does need to be updated. Luckily, this software makes it super easy because it will just update them all for you. So now you can see the things that are being adjusted. So you can see there's going to be 35 files that are going to be created on the right side. We've got 14 files that are going to be updated, meaning they're already on the right side, but maybe they've been adjusted since then. For example, my Lightroom catalog here is already there, but it's going to be updated. And then we have all these files that are going to be deleted. Now, these are most of the files getting deleted, maybe all the files getting deleted, are preview files, or maybe I've deleted a few photos from my catalog. And so you can go check your numbers down here. Again, same numbers, and then you can see that there is about 2 gigabytes worth of data that's going to be copied. You can see everything that is getting adjusted over here in the overview. So I can see everything that's getting adjusted from this drive mirrored over to this drive is in my Lightroom folder of this drive. When I go into that Lightroom folder, you can see about 70% of what's getting updated is just previews. It's only 4.2 gigabytes. It's hardly anything because you can see I updated this 2 days ago. And then I've got 16%, which is about 1 gigabyte. It's one item within the landscape folder, within the raw folder, within the 2025 folder, within this September 20. So I actually edited a file earlier today, and that's what this is going to be, I believe, updating in the drive. So if you don't need to look at all this every single time, but I just kind of want to explain how you can see what's going on. So make sure that this is what everything that's over here is what you want to be mirrored. Then you can just go in and hit mirror. And then hit start. And then, this isn't very much data, so it's not going to take that long. But this is so much faster than the alternative, which would be to, delete everything on the right side drive and then copy and paste. It's going to just take forever. But this, I can do this every few days. And you can see just in this amount of time talking, it's almost done. So, this backup took a matter of, 18 seconds, super quick and easy. So this is definitely the best way to do your backups is to use this FreeFileSync app. Now, again, the benefit of doing it this way is that it's only going to copy the Lightroom files that have changed. So I might have a lot of files in there that I haven't applied any more edits or I haven't deleted or added. Those files are not even going to be looked at. So this is going to speed up my backup time to allow me to create a much quicker backup so I don't have to spend a lot of time. Obviously, the first time you do this, when you have all your whole backup, it might take a little while. Do it overnight. Let your computer go to work overnight. But after that, when I mirror to my RAID system, it takes like 2 to 5 minutes because all that it's doing is just making a couple changes to whatever I adjusted that day or that week, however often I backed it up. So this software is really good to use. You just want to make sure the settings are just right so you don't accidentally wipe your drive. Make sure you're on mirror mode, and I think that you're going to be really happy with the results. But this, in my opinion, is the best way to back up your photos. If you guys have any questions, comments, any ways that you back up that you really like, let me know down below. Otherwise, I'm more than happy to answer questions if you have them about this. But backing up your photos is so important. Please, please do it. Don't lose your photos. It's super, super sad when I hear people that lose a ton of their photos that they really, really liked, or they have to spend a lot of money sending their drive in, because this doesn't have to be a big process and it doesn't have to take a lot of time, and it certainly doesn't if you do it this way. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Austin Jackson, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.